Yay.
You need to write this?
Yeah, I got it.
Yay.
I got it. I got it.
Because I hate that to chill out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I have a job to keep.
Huh?
I got a job to keep.
Yeah.
People come and they look at it all the time on there.
All right. We were dealing a little bit as we closed out on last week of looking at the vows. And we were looking at a part of the vows about forsaking all others. And I wasn't quite finished with this yet. Because I want to look at that. In forsaking all others. And we were talking about mother, father, siblings, family, friends, what was that, BBF, BFF, VBF, supposed to be BFF. What's BFF? I like mine better. VBF. Very best friend.
Oh, BBL. Okay, you know, you the king of making up new friends.
I have one. What was that one that?
Oh,
okay.
He had texted me one day, TGBTG, and that meant to God be the glory. I didn't know that. He texted me that. I said, you know that?
I see somebody else. I didn't know that before.
See, you got to know.
You do the
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
hey, Pastor Usher.
Pastor
Usher.
Oh,
Pastor Usher, Don said it best. He said, yeah, they asked you. He said, old people do that. So that means you're supposed to do that. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. He helped me out.
I just observed that's what people do.
Yeah.
it's a reaction to the meds, right? That's what it is. I'll forgive you on that one.
He get a pass. Okay.
Yeah,
He get a pass.
I'll let
He
them
would've
play.
said it.
Oh my goodness. We had I thought that was another one. Mother, father, siblings, families, very best friend, and co-workers. Forsaking all others.
You had children already, the children.
That was the other one. I knew it was 7 children. And I'm going to put exclamation points there. Because we let that come in the middle when it says forsaking all others. When it's husband, wife, it's husband, wife. Yes,
You know,
ma'am.
a lot of people feel like, well, some mothers feel like, well, you know, especially if they had kids
Sure.
before they got married,
Sure.
and then, you know, they get married or whatever, they feel like they have a bond strong with the kids and the husband. They feel like, well, you know, I can always get another husband, but, you know, I heard people say, I can always get another husband, but my kids come first.
Wow. So it's a commodity. So a husband or a wife becomes a commodity, really. So they don't know nothing about covenant. Obviously not. Because one, it says, when you stood there and took that vow and you looked him in the face, you didn't say, forsaking all others except for my kids. No, you said, forsaking all others. When that preacher said that, you said, forsaking all others. You took that. And you said, I do, to that vow. That meant kids were out of the picture. whether they were before that marriage or after that marriage. Doesn't make a difference. The children always, they can never be the center part of a marriage. Their kids are going to grow up and they're going to leave home. You know, that's their job. You teach them, you instruct them, you instill in them, and they grow up and they leave. That's what they're supposed to do. But your husband or wife doesn't grow and leave, not supposed to. You have covenant. The children grow, the last kid leaves the house, then the husband and wife doesn't leave. They say, goodbye, that's it, over, see you. You know, I've done my job, we got them all out there. No, that's not the thing. No, they're there forever. But everybody else goes, especially these folks right here. I see that too often, especially in young marriages, where the husband or the wife have not gotten rid of their very best friends. And they still whisper in their ear, they talk to them, they go share some of the most intimate things that they shouldn't be sharing with them. And your best friend is actually getting information to take your spouse. Because of what you're sharing with them, you're sharing them the deficiencies. If I'm sharing the deficiencies in my wife with my very best friend, and I'm telling him what she's lacking or what's not going on or certain things that she's asking me or demanding of me to do that I choose not to do, guess what? He's sitting there going like, I'll do it. I'll fulfill it. And so that's why Jody goes through the back door. And before you know it, she's walking away with Jody. Because what you wouldn't do, this person heard what wasn't there. He understood. You know, what your spouse wasn't going to do or what she was asking of that you wouldn't do that he was willing to do. Vice versa. Same thing with the young lady. Y'all with your girls and you just sharing everything about your man. Really? So she's sitting there going, And next thing you know, Sally's coming through the back door. And you got problems. Don't. Forsaking all others. It's one thing to have a person and always make sure that they're in this frame. I don't care if it's mama or daddy. Make sure they're in this frame. Mentoring. Yes, ma'am.
Another thing that I think too that has actually either caused problems in marriage or broke it up was a married person, you know, talking to their best friend. Their best friend is either single or done had 3 or 4, 5, you know, on number 6, you know. Stuff like that, and I always thought, I mean, just in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I have a married friend, just by chance, don't ask me nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting it, you know, if y'all aren't acknowledging God in it, you're not going to maybe another married person, maybe even, you know, your pastor, whoever, don't ask me nothing because I don't feel, I mean, I'm sure I could give them, you know, scripture or something like that, but at the end of the day, I just don't feel comfortable talking with them because I'm single. What can I advise you about your marriage?
That's why they need to be in that frame at all times. It's called mentoring. When I'm mentoring, I'm understanding. I take myself out of being daddy, of being mama, of being sister, or brother, or grandmama. I take myself out. I'm mentoring. So I put myself in neutral. And too many people, these people, don't put themselves in neutral. They've got an opinion. Wrong thing you bring to the table. No, they should never bring an opinion. They should remain neutral and be in a mentoring. What can I do? You're pouring this into me. How can I give you back something that will help you in order to gain oneness back in your marriage? Because see, you go talk to these folks. They've got one side or the other that they're going to be on. So guess what happens when you patch up? Y'all get back together, everything is hunky-dory. And then they come around for the family gathering. What they going to sit there and do? They're going to look at Joe. Or he don't know what's going on, or she don't know what's happening. All of a sudden it's going to come out. Yeah, so how did that situation work out with you with the job? And you're going like, what job are you talking about? Yeah, you know, I heard about you were going for a career-changing job and you didn't want any kids. Really? How did you hear that?